Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to more Snowbounded blood. A vast error, Snowbound blood, vast error story.
Felt like you were reciting like a phone number.
Yes, so if you call 1-555-239-87925, you will in fact hear Artjack's voice tell you that he loves you, and then he will hang up on you.
Wow.
It's an official voice line. It's the one time that Artjack has ever got an official voice. It's beautiful.
Actually, Artjack has got an official voice actor once upon a time.
Really?
Yeah, there was a whole it was years ago, but on the Vast Error, yes, you're right, Dregath.
They got Casey?
No, not Casey. That's not the right person. It's Paul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
He voiced Artjack for a sort of Christmas video. That
the one that's on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay.
One. That's the one I'm talking about.
That is actually. Oh shit! We got to do a Christmas special. Then we just watched that.
Oh my god.
And then we're gonna do our own dub of it.
Wow.
We got you have 3 months to memorize the Christmas video, the Yule passing video.
I mean, it's not that long, so.
Fair enough. Anyways, hi Donnie, how's it going?
Hello, Austin. I am doing. Yeah.
You sure are, huh?
Yes.
I
am doing, yeah.
You just became one with the void there, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah. That is my gender.
Good for you. Well, I mean, we've all got such beautiful pronouns.
Yes, and I graduated from my pronoun academia.
I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Can we get a big PogChamp chat for
many all-nighters on the finals on gender studies?
God. For a little bit of context, we just had a bit right before the stream, and in which we joked about oh god, you know what, that was 5 minutes ago, and I don't even remember the full context of it.
It's okay, me neither.
Okay, cool. But I'm Austin, aka my beautiful pronouns.
And I'm Neptune, aka my pronoun academia.
Good for us. We are a pair. Cheers.
We are a pair of pronouns.
Yes, we are, baby. All right. Dracoff, how's it going tonight? Thank you for joining us. Why would you curse me, first of all? That's so mean. You're so rude. This is so rude. I don't want to be cursed. Fucked up and evil, actually. But secondly, hell yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. How's it going tonight? In the Curse of the Corn. Yeah. But wait, did we not? But we just did corn. We did just do the corn route.
Yes. Yes, we just did it a few weeks ago.
That was a month ago, actually.
Well, it's still a few weeks ago.
That's I guess. Yo, Doug and River, double combo. Holy shit.
Hello.
I hope you both are having a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm assuming because you're still together right now, this won't be long, which is totally fair. Please enjoy the time that you have together.
Yes. I hope love wins.
Love does win, actually.
Anyway, I hope that you both are having a good time.
I'd hope so too. Secily, I've been charging it for the entire time. I can't just change the name of the curse. I have to start charging it. Guess you got me there. I guess you got me there, huh? It's just how the curses be. Okay. All right. Okay, good. It's been so long that I was worried that when I pressed start, it was literally going to start me back at prologue. I was
Oh
like, oh
god.
shit, I meant to
The
load.
game
I meant to
would
load.
be unbearable if it like started from the very
You
beginning
have
every single time.
every time there's an update to Snowbound Blood, you have to read the full thing
Oh
again.
god.
It's like one of those classic arcade games that the whole point of why they're difficult is so then you would just put in more quarters to beat it.
Like the fucking Super Ghouls and Ghosts game where you go through
Yes.
the entire game and you get to the final boss, or rather you would if you got the magic ring that the princess told you about that you couldn't get before, but you have to go through the entire game again just to get that fucking ring to bypass the final boss.
It is fucked up and evil, and I'm still very sorry for you. However, knowing how that story continues, you are a god fucking gamer.
Thank you.
Of course.
My parents are god gamers as well because they primarily played that game a lot.
It's still insane that there are gamer parents. Look, I'm just gonna be real here. That confuses me. Like, okay, yeah. My father technically was a gamer when he was young. I don't think he's touched a video game in 3 decades. So whack. Anyways.
Yeah. Like I grew up as a kid watching my dad play World of Warcraft and Portal a lot, and that's how I knew about those games. And he still does play Hearthstone a couple times, but nowadays he's like not really.
He has lost his gamer ways.
I mean, he's still got it. He still plays Hearthstone.
Understandable. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, on the topic that Persona does that a lot. Does it? I've only played Persona 1. Persona 1 is the only game I have any knowledge about. Have you played a Persona game?
You're asking Dracath?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, me. I never played them before, but I do know of at least the big 3, which is 3, 4, and 5. I don't know anything about 1 and 2, and I kind of want to play 2 because I heard that one's the best one.
Yeah, Hitler's the main antagonist.
Yes, and I love killing. I love killing.
So true, so fair. Love wins. Love wins when killing Hitler. God.
Yes.
God.
I also primarily want to play it because Persona 2 is like the Persona game where there's a gay romance, which makes gay romances being cut in future games extremely bullshit.
Fair enough. You know what? I enjoy your gay, homosexuals gay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Good. God. Persona 4 does that magic key thing like twice. You need to max out the Arcana or something in order to get the access to the final boss in Persona 4 Golden. Hey, I fear that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that.
That's gross, and I love the products Atlas makes. I hate Atlas with all of my heart.
Yeah. Fuck video game companies.
Fuck the video game. Okay, I'm not gonna say that because technically that's still the industry I want to get into. Okay. I'll just say the common take, but the right take. Fuck Blizzard, and that's how we'll start this.
Yes, exactly.
God,
you're so true, bestie.
So true, bestie. All right, Volume 4.
Not untrue, bestie.
So not untrue, bestie. All right, Volume 4 of Stagecraft and Survival. Really quickly, the only game I've played is Strikers because why is there no access to PS5 on Switch? But SMT3 Nocturne, no, perfectly fine. I think it's just engine reasons, but I'm very sorry. I would also like Persona 5 on Switch. But anyways. No time to think. No time to breathe. Your name is Secily Iopara, and you are busy.
Alright. Let's fucking go. I'm guessing since I've read Orca in the comic already, I can read for her lines.
Okay, that sounds good. and I will be Indari, who I have some slight suspicions I
Yeah,
might be me type, but we'll see.
we'll
We'll
see.
see.
This Lupa drew his sprites, and Heather's the one that wrote his route with some help from
Ooh.
Zero.
Oh, I love that. Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Massive pog. All right.
Biggest pog.
Biggest pog. Biggest poggers.
Okay. Alright, let me just get some water.
Mm-hmm. I did choose Indari, by the way.
Yes, I figured that was the case.
Okay.
Actually, no, I didn't figure it. I literally have the stream open right now, so I did see that.
No, fuck you. We're gonna go. We're choosing Osius.
Oh no, no. Okay. You're done with operating solely on assumptions after your last dead end. Still, you know the importance of digging into any lead you can get, especially now. Said lead may stem from a moronic claim given to you by a less moronic than you had hoped individual, but you have a feeling that Indari Vernier may be able to provide you with useful information. From the metaphorical waste basin of former dead ends, your very own boulevard of broken leads, you feel a promising case start to emerge. One potential connection in particular lingers in the back of your mind. As much as you initially thought it unlikely, you're beginning to realize that the subject of cultist activity has been too conveniently linked to your search path thus far. Your mysterious correspondents certainly seem to have a lot to say about it. The relevance of their confounding cogitations are questionable at best. It all sounds like nothing more than the same vacuous nonsense that usually comes with your correspondence tango. Still, surely the stage that's being set for your song and dance must have some relevance of its own, as much as you can justify from your own close encounters of the corn cult kind, at any rate. Oh, that was pretty good. You're getting better at this monologuing thing, you think? Too bad there's not some sort of unseen audience that's privy to your inmost thoughts. Back to the matter at hand. It's still a hunch, but it's one with far more backing than your last. And at this point, not an idea you can really afford to disregard. You make up your mind. It's high time you found some new avenues of possibility. It doesn't take you long to pinpoint your next mark's location. The invasive advertising littering the streets provides you with the information you need before you can even wonder where to come across it. Looks like you are just in time to make it to the end of an ongoing show at Stronghold 21's largest theater, and it's not all that far either. The building itself is an architectural standout, considering it's one of the older structures in this part of the Stronghold. Its distinctive aesthetic makes the theater entrance an effortless find, which, really, you're thankful for. You've been through enough toilsome rat mazes in recent memory. Of course, you're also without any sort of invitation or purchase ticket to this event. Not that such a dilemma has ever stopped you before. It certainly isn't going to start now.
I can't believe Cecily's about to just fucking shoot up this theater to just get the next witness help.
Mm-hmm. Also, yes, Indari does go by he, him pronouns. There is an FAQ doc for Sonba that lists her pronouns, actually.
Pog, 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 pog.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I just do pog, pog, pog?
Pog, pog.
That is exactly what I said. I just
Actually,
went
wait.
pog, 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 pog,
Actually,
pog.
wait. Maybe. Actually, I just remembered the context for why you changed your name to My Beautiful Pronouns. It's because he said My Beautiful Poggers, and I thought you said My Beautiful Pronouns.
Right.
Here's the FAQ. The pronouns are listed in character info.
Oh my fucking god. I'm pretty sure Dari shows up in the background when Elsie ends up in the stronghold. That's all I remember in
Yes,
Dari.
that is true. Yes.
Oh shit, I
and Ari is there.
did not notice that, but that's big eyes. Big eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let me take a drink.
Get your sippy. Sippy now.
Big sippy. It's my preparation to become the fish girl. It's all in the way you carry yourself. A simple display of persuasion here, a little flash of authority there at the entrance, and you're all set. Easy. You waste no time in moving swiftly across the theater's lobby, straight toward the padded doors at the opposite end of the room. The questioning glances you receive along the way are dutifully ignored. From this side, you can hear the thrum of the speakers projecting a single voice on stage. Occasional hoots, haws, and sounds of endearment emanate from what you estimate is a rather large audience. Sounds like a busy show. Not the kind you're very partial to, but you never intended on sticking around to watch anyway. You crack the door open. It's a dark, massive room. The only sources of illumination are the various flashing effects and lights coming off the sides of the stage. A few observers see at the back cast an annoyed glance in your direction, as the stage lights are momentarily dulled by your intrusive presence in the lit doorway. You have more important things to concern yourself with than the fleeting emotions of complete strangers. They'll live, you think, before slipping inside and letting the door shut behind you.
Okay, but what if they won't?
Guess I'll die.
Fucked up.
You take a moment to map out the room, charting the open spaces for the best path through. Then you direct your gaze towards what's holding everyone's attention. Your target is on the stage up ahead, beaming with exuberant energy as he flits about the beautifully decorated scene in a series of graceful steps. His movements are fluid, smooth, a skillful dance to accompany his act in a grandiose display of charisma. The audience is growing progressively more anxious, it seems. There's a sense of anticipation in the air, as what you can only assume to be some sort of grand finale is built up. You really did arrive with perfect timing. You may even be able to get through this investigation in a timely fashion if you manage to catch him fast enough.
You gotta hold him down. I recall Indari Veneer.
Yes. Even before you got your referral from Bytcon, you could have easily called his face to mind, what with it being plastered in all manner of public advertisements and news feeds. Being quite the acclaimed illusionary performer and well-known celebrity across the mass, Indari Veneer's rising star makes for no small target. Quintus Hazard, they played through Snowbound Blood and have videos on YouTube playing through them.
Fair enough. I've just never heard of them before, but hell yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that there was a previous Let's Read Vast Error. I don't remember by who, but I know that didn't go very far.
Yeah. He first started to pop up on the public radar as a small street performer, doing little magic tricks and celestial readings for anyone that came by. Eventually he gained enough recognition that some big leading hotshot saw fit to give him an opportunity on the stage, which turned out to be a huge success and further skyrocketed his popularity. Now, he spends a majority of his time putting on large-scale shows for massive audiences, traveling all around the continent and accruing even more attention from the masses. What's more noteworthy to you, though, are the hushed whispers of what came before his rise to fame. There's a quiet but pervasive rumor that surfaces from time to time, detailing a past supposedly rife with cultist activity, which he has consistently avoided addressing when mentioned. Perhaps he has something worth hiding. If there's any validity to this gossip in the slightest, you'd like to see what exactly lies behind it yourself. Get in position. You move away from the door, still keeping close to the back wall and slipping into the shadows. It's best not to draw more attention to yourself than necessary, which means you're not going to make a single sound while Indari's stage. You have plenty of talents to offer the world, but this is not your preferred method of display. The logical course of action would be to sneak into the backstage area and catch him there, preferably without an audience's observance.
Oh, I can't wait to see how well this goes.
At this point, the music in the auditorium has reached a vibrant crescendo, and Indari is poised to unveil one final trick. With an intricate motion of his hand, the show's climax is revealed. A swarm of rats rushes the stage, seeming to appear from thin air. The horde of rodent bodies pulses and jitters across the floor in a shockingly coordinated visual display.
What the fuck? I want to summon rats?
You will. A final triumphant bray from the orchestra, resembling a ta-da, follows the stupefying act. The audience is transfixed with silence before erupting into a hollering frenzy. The sound is abhorrent to your easily agitated auricular canals, a none too gentle reminder that you would really like to get away from it as quickly as possible. And now just happens to be a perfect opportunity you are waiting for. You use the upward to slip through unnoticed, making your way past the crowd by sticking close to the walls. You dive through a set of doors near the stage. Hey, I aligned that background.
I remember this. Oh my god, it's been so long. Holy shit.
Yeah, like, very first background I drew. Sketched it, lined it, but I was too nervous to color it, so I had Chuchumi color it.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very nice. And also, I am fucking vibrating for the later backgrounds that I know you have also done, because those are so fucking good as well.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fair.
Coloring. Oh.
Coloring is very fun. Like, it's my favorite part of drawing altogether.
Okay, to be fair, I'm very bad. I do a sketch layer, but I don't do a line layer. I immediately go into I do shape work instead of line work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
It makes your style very unique.
You know, that actually makes me smile. I appreciate hearing that. Thank you.
Yeah, I fucking love your arties, bro. They are good.
Thank you.
Alright, more sippy.
More sippy. I just skipped to the shape work since I just visualized the pose in advance. If that works for you, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fair. Yeah, like, I'm okay with sketching. Like, sketching is like, I can turn my brain off, but line art is my least favorite part of drawing, which is really funny because many people compliment my line art, and I'm like, thanks, I hate doing it, actually.
Sometimes it's just how it be, though. But also, line work does suck. I cannot agree more, actually.
Mostly because I'm such a perfectionist, and I stay on it for so long, and
I mean,
I'm like, please.
You just want the right fucking line, and then it's like, okay, no.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yes,
fuck!
Exactly.
It's so much. Art is both lovely and hell.
Yeah. Exactly. The backstage hall appears to be vacant. Your guess is that any personnel who would normally be back here is busy helping with either the stage production or the audience. It's definitely not empty, though. Along the length of the hallway, there's an assortment of stage props, costumes, and other typical theatrical junk haphazardly arranged against the walls. Everything is conveniently labeled, including the door you just went through. It only takes you a second to spot the one labeled with a stage sign, where you can expect your target to be coming through any time now. Excellent. Although you'd be considerably more thrilled about this newfound strategic position if you weren't still dealing with all that awful noise. You assume it will be at least somewhat quieter back here. Unfortunately enough for you, it appears there's a few built-in speakers lining the ceiling. They must have tapped directly into the stage's microphones. You can hear the vocalizations of the show just as clearly as if you were back in the auditorium.
See, I can tell that Secily has never actually been a backstage before, because, yeah.
Have you been backstage?
In high school, I did a bit of acting, and I did do a production, so, I know how... Yeah, you kind of do need to hear what's going on up front, so then you know when your fucking cue is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jesus.
I've only, I never done theater, but I have done chorus in freshman year of high
Mm,
school, so I have to deal with a few like backstage stuff as
fair,
well.
fair. I didn't know you were a chorus kid.
It was only like once, like that 1 year,
Got it.
and I didn't like it too much because first off, uh, uh, like all of the people, all of the students there just talked, and they had like literally no interest in doing chorus or singing or
Oh, good,
improving.
good.
And secondly, it was an all-girls chorus class, and that felt really awkward.
Ah, that's understandable.
Yeah, it was before I realized I was trans, but like in retrospect, it's like, oh, I see why now.
Damn, chorus made you fucking gay and
Yeah,
trans.
yeah, exactly. Probably for the benefit of any stagehands and performers swinging back here that need to respond to cues. At least this auditory monitoring system will tell you exactly when the door is about to open. We'll try to focus on that for now. You don't even have time to finish your thought before the door swings open with no warning. Someone nearly runs into you in their haste.
Oh!
Are you gonna fucking do Magic Brian?
No!
What?
No! What? I was... No, I'm not gonna do Magic Brian for this. I'm just gonna... Oh, god damn it. It's tainted. Ah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Oh my god, it's fine.
Oh my god, okay. Says it's like, oh my god, Magic Brian from the Adventure Zone podcast.
Whoa. I did do a Magnus cosplay once. I think you've seen it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, and I think I've seen the pictures.
Yes, and I might end up doing a Barry Blue Jeans cosplay with some friends eventually.
Nice.
Yes.
Indaria jumps back, startled. You can't really blame him for not expecting anyone to have been at the bottom of the stairs when he came through.
Pardon me, dear. You're not usually back here. I don't believe I've seen you before.
His disposition is sweet, almost sickeningly so. It gives you an unsettling inkling that you're in another tedious interaction. Still, there's no need to be too harsh too soon. I can't say I'm a frequent attendee, no. I'm Chief Regular Secily Yopara. I have a few questions for you regarding an ongoing case. I'd also like to make this as quick as possible. I'm sure you got plenty of other things to be doing, as do I. Indaria's eyes seem to light up at the prospect, completely dissolving any prior hint of wariness in his expression.
Right! Yes. I thought you might be coming by sometime soon. It's an honor to meet you indeed. I'd be happy to provide any assistance that I'm capable of. I'm sure you're already away, but for the sake of return formalities, my name is Indiri. What would you like to know, Regulator?
You might as well get the most pressing matter out of the way, even if you're not looking forward to talking about it again in any sort of detail whatsoever. Judging by Indaria's attitude so far and who he's acquainted with, you're likely going to get more nonsense than you strictly prefer. First off, I would like to follow up on an alibi provided by Bytcon on Crypto. He claimed that the two of you were close. The only semblance of an explanation for his lack of involvement in the crime was that the two of you and a few others were eating together at the time of the incident. As it stands, I'm not very inclined to believe such a flimsy excuse.
Did he really relate that ludicrous account of our outing to you as well? It is absolutely not how he described it, I would assure you. The ridiculous parts, at least, I mean. Really, it's quite adorable to see him much more speechless than usual in certain situations. But yes, he was with me for sure, as well with the other two companions. We're all rather tight-knit. A very solid group, if I do so say myself. Believe me, his attention was stolen, and the man himself was wholly occupied throughout the entire night. And I would know for a fact if anything abnormal indeed occurring, he would have been a bit more distracted. He wasn't involved in this ordeal. As troubling as he may be at times, I promise Byte is a genuine sweetheart where it counts.
Odd gay people.
Gay people?
You have a really difficult time imagining that in any possible way.
Damn, Cecily, you're gay. From what I understand of the situation, I don't believe it's actually something he would mess with. You're welcome to ask the others, if you'd like, of course. However, unless you happen to find yourself already speaking to them for a different reason, I wouldn't see it being an effective use of your time.
You won't argue with that claim. Most likely he's right. You'd only be presented with the same unavailing cover story about how much of a good group of friends they are over anything valuable. Nothing said here really proves anything one way or another, but whatever. It's still a dead end, unless you could come up with a few more solid evidence. Unless you could come up with more solid evidence in the future. Also, you just do not want to talk about that guy ever again, unless absolutely necessary, so you won't, as long as you can help it. You sigh. Sure. I suppose that's enough about him for now.
Is that all you came here to inquire about, Miss Iopara?
Yes, round ends.
There we go! Shortest fuck- Man, I can't believe it. We're gonna do Volume 5 tonight as well. Let's fucking go!
God. Not exactly, no. I also received what appears to be an old flyer for some of your horoscope reading services. I was under the impression that you had mostly stopped doing those, but your history with them leads me to believe you may have some valuable insight on certain occult practices regardless. Indaria falls silent for a short moment, freezing in place with a hint of unease, almost as if you had just insulted him in some way. It doesn't last, though, as he quickly recollects himself and doubles back on his former disposition. Odd.
A flyer? What flyer do you mean?
You pull a slip of paper off your coat pocket, handing it over to him. He's relatively collected, but still seems rather eager to take it from you.
Oh! I completely forgot I even passed this particular one out. You are correct, though. Unfortunately, I do not get to do these much anymore. The flyer's absolutely outdated and not very relevant. I've only passed a few of those off out in the past, to specific individuals I trust. The public gets a bit hectic over the idea, considering my position now. Most use it more of a means of getting close to me, rather than actually holding any interest in the service itself. But I also simply prefer to focus on my performance work instead.
Well, even if you stopped entirely at this point, it's not been that long since you were at least somewhat involved. These sorts of practices are usually found in niche worship traditions, primarily important to devout individuals. Certainly that implies you have at least some sort of familiarity with the idea, doesn't it? A few other trolls have started to come into the hallway by now. Once again, his presentation shifts slightly, showing a faint glimmer of a discomfort. His eyes dart briefly to each of his sides in turn.
Does it? I don't believe interest in the subject at large and the associated ideas themselves have come in hand, strictly speaking. Space and the scope of the stars can hold an array of meaning and importance to different individuals for different reasons.
That's not what I asked. He's dodging the question. You expected this, at least partially. But the more you see from him, the more you wonder why he's acting so secretive and avoidant of the subject. Being overly suspicious is still not something you'd like to get into the habit of, but sometimes a little concern can prove to be useful in the end.
Perhaps we should move somewhere else if we are to continue this conversation, yes? I'd hate for us to be in everyone's way. Or potentially release sensitive information to any prying ears, intentional or otherwise.
That's fine, I suppose. So long as we hurry it up. I'm not here to bounce locations a dozen times for a single conversation. Please, not again.
My dressing room is likely the most suitable space that also guarantees privacy for the rest of our chat, if that's alright with you. It's right over here, so not far at all.
He points to the door right across from the stage entrance. You noticed it when you came in, considering it features his own name plastered on a large star-shaped sign. Not too hard to find. Sure.
Excellent!
You watch idly as he moves around you, towards the door. He procures a key from his pocket and turns the lock, only for the door handle to remain firmly in place when he pushes down on it. The stage performer frowns, letting out a small huff. He fiddles with the key, making slight changes in the way he's moving the handle each time he tries again. It doesn't budge.
Oh, dear. My apologies. This has been giving me some trouble as of late, and I had hoped it wouldn't act up now of all times.
He gives it a few more tries before pulling back, a discontent frown now evident on his face. Great, just what you needed. More inane complications and delays to eat up your time. You better not be stalling on purpose. Pulling the wool over your eyes is an extremely regrettable choice for anyone to make. Take it to another room then. I'm sure there's somewhere else that would work just fine.
Well, I do have another solution. A little trick up my sleeve, you could say. Sit tight for just a moment. No way!
He's gone.
Fucking vanished.
Fucking gaster noise.
Oh god, yeah. And that's relevant right now.
My god, yeah. He then scurries off into another room down the hall. At first you considered going after him. He could be making some sort of escape for all you know. There is only a brief moment of hesitation before you start to hear a repetitive clattering sound up above, gradually moving closer to where you're standing. Is he... He is absolutely
What?!
falling through the ventilation system.
He did just vent.
He vented!
He vented, holy shit. He's the imposter. Oh god, this is fucked up!
This is so absurd you even feel partially inclined to give a shit. But honestly, as long as it works, you could care less about what he's doing.
Help.
You follow the sounds of his movement. It all comes to a catastrophic conclusion in the form of a loud crash and a yelp coming from inside the room in front of you. That's one way to do it, you suppose. A moment later, and he's opened the sparkling door, grinning wide and spreading his arms out in a bit of dramatic flair.
Ta-da! All sorted. Please, come in.
Indaria then steps aside, giving you an opening to come into the room. Once you're through, the performer gently shuts the door behind you.
Wait, there was a Geno!
Yeah, I drew that!
Damn.
Do I now notice it?
I did now notice the Geno. Oh, that's so good. I fucking love that.
That's the only part of that background I colored before I was like, someone do the rest.
Fair. Who did this one? This is real good.
Zero.
Nice. Oh my fucking god. Sorry about the mess. Things are at least a smidge tidier around here.
The room is a little cluttered, covered and haphazardly strung about articles of clothing and boxes filled with props, along with some miscellaneous personal belongings. It would seem that he spends quite a bit of time in here, outside of just preparing himself, it shows. Nothing too unusual for the most part, really. Except for a particular decorative piece that catches your eye. In the far corner of the room, hanging just above a chaise lounge, is a large dual-pronged resonator. The kind that you're certain only belongs to a very specific and supposedly disbanded cult. If he's so keen on hiding any sort of personal history, why in the world does he have this on display?
Really quickly, I'm trying to look and see who is in the photo. I don't know if we're gonna zoom in on that, but right now, you know,
one is Bytcon.
one is the top left does look like Bytcon. The one in the bottom right kind of looks like Krytum, but I'm pretty sure that's not Krytum. Is it?
Krytum is upper right. The lower right is Glummer.
Oh, okay. Damn, I didn't even. All right, fair enough. Hell yeah. Good. I love that they're the boys. I think that's the funniest thing.
The boys.
The boys. I was like, did Indaria do musical work too for shows? I see a tuning fork up there. Nope, that's not a tuning fork.
Nope.
You're more welcome to take a seat somewhere if you'd like.
I'm fine as I am. I'll keep standing.
Very well, not a problem.
Now, I would appreciate it if you gave my question a proper answer. A simple yes or no would have been an acceptable start. Your reluctance to provide even that much does not do you any favors as far as convincing me of your own innocence in this case goes.
Well, yes, I can see that. I do wish to apologize for my seeming rather uncooperative a moment prior. That was not the impression I wished to relay by any means. I don't normally talk about these things with strangers, but I do understand the gravity of the situation. I would hate to withhold anything that could be useful to you. Now that we're at a snooping range, allow me to be more sincere.
Listening. He strains himself, taking in a steadying breath before continuing.
Okay, I was waiting for another breath and then just stopped.
No more.
And Derry, please breathe. And Derry, breathe out.
Breathe.
Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe out. Huh? What was that?
I forgot how the Sonic drowning music.
Oh, got it. Holy shit.
I forgot how that went.
You were close. You were close.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let me get this out of the way. Yes, I do have prior history with some organized fanatic groups, perhaps more so than you may have initially guessed. However, I left all of those practices and beliefs behind. My avoidance of the subject is due to both my personal disdain as well as precautions towards my own safety.
The discomfort he displayed earlier now bears a new context. His last words present a scintilla of genuine fear. Which is fair, because this is fucking Reconnecting.
So true.
You'll have to tread carefully. He seems willing enough to discuss this, but it's clearly a sensitive topic. Too much prying into his past could be unwise if the interview is to remain cordial.
But I do wish to burden you with... But I do not wish to burden you with excessive personal history on the subject.
I wish to burden you on the subject.
You will speak now. Also, Dracov, that is extremely cursed. I fear that. This is the first time I've ever seen that done, and it makes me scared. It's 2 win orbs between a W, so it's an uwu of win orbs. Hate that. Scared. Fear. Very big fear, actually.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, was that your line?
Yeah, that's mine. Provide as much detail as you see fit.
Of course. Most of my information is rather dated, but I do know a great deal of things concerning some specific groups and their operations in the recent past. So, I'll share what I can.
Well, that's a clear answer you were expecting. Almost a bit disappointing if he really is being truthful right now. You can't help but hope for something a bit more challenging to dig into sometimes. Though there is still at least one more piece of evidence that needs an explanation. There's a few questions I have left for you. Either way, perhaps you can still get something out of this. You decide to get him talking about...
The horoscope relevance.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Tell me, Indari, are you a Gemini?
Oh my fucking god, I get Leo vibes.
Leo vibes?
A little bit.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what zodiac signs any of the Vastera characters are.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing here. It's like, Repetton would probably have their own astrological signs. Unless, like, literally, like, they are exactly... Unless, like, Indari's gonna tell me that Secily is a fucking Libra right now.
Oh my god. Help.
No, but, like... I guess that we're gonna find this out, but, like, just right now, like, are they the same astrological signs or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. But probably not. Probably not the same as Earth's, at least.
Probably not. I would think so, but...
Uh-huh.
Whack. Alright,
Okay.
alright, Heather, Austin, you're gonna have to fucking list me out here all of the star signs on Repetton now.
Oh god. God. What you'd really like is some information on the religious groups that do that sort of thing he's done before. Gauge how possible it may actually be that some cult could be behind this. You've seen quite an array of different sects and doctrines focused on either Caparia, Gaian, or both. Far more minuscule in scope for any practices related to the Vivifier. It's not easy to find any information on those, past fake whispers and rumors. The subject of your burglary, however, is relevant to the belief in her existence, at least to an extent. There's no doubt that something like the filter would be tremendously valuable to those who have faith in its properties. That's not a new conclusion. But, as you said, these sorts tend to be a bit difficult to trace. You don't know much about their values or capabilities. They cover the track's rel. You need a better profile. A good enough place to start, you suppose, will be to better understand something you've already been talking about. Celestial readings is something that was supposedly practiced by the Vivifier, isn't it? I'm aware not many people follow the line of faith anymore, but what about your specific beliefs? Was that a part of it?
Oh, absolutely.
You may be inching closer to being more personal than you normally like for a case, but it's not like you have a lot of options here. You'll just have to hope you can keep it as short as possible. Then, what can you tell me about your former group's functioning, as far as that tradition goes? His eyes wandered towards the floor, contemplative and unsure, filling the silent gap in conversation with a feeling you can't place. It's still lingering there when he glances back at you.
Well, horoscope readings came from the idea that the Vivifier herself was a prophetic and divine individual. She possessed great insight into the future, in addition to all the other ostensibly wonderful things about her. It led many trolls to seek her guidance, and eventually tried to imitate her in all sorts of ways. So they learned how to read the heavens in correlation to the things she's taught. Oh, and...
His somber mood suddenly brightens back up to a tremendous degree.
That also altered the perceptions of how the stars and sky were viewed in general. It started a trend of properly categorizing constellations. The Daughter, for example. It's a constellation whose identity changed throughout the Renaissance. At first, it was believed to have a prophecy of the Vivifier's arrival, so the trolls used to honor it during the time of highest relevance.
He's not really talking about the cult so much as he is just relaying asterism tales. This sort of history lesson isn't exactly what you were looking for, but you'll continue to humor him for the moment.
Later, it was also interpreted as a symbol of hope, that either she or a descendant of hers would somehow return to us after she vanished. Of course, there are many constellations and individual celestial bodies that have their own prescribed meanings.
Okay, now you've heard enough. He's just going to keep blabbering about stars unless you intervene. Time to fix that.
No, fuck you. No, fuck you, Secily. Let Indari speak.
Let
now.
him speak.
Let him speak
his truth.
Let him speak his truth.
Go off, King! We're getting pretty off track.
Right. Sorry.
You seem fairly enthusiastic about all of this for someone who claims to not follow the same principles anymore. There's clearly some connection still being harbored here. I was told you no longer do any readings yourself in the present. Have you been lying to me, Mr. Vernier?
No, absolutely not. I don't do them anymore at all. Not in the same context, and definitely not as a service to anyone, at least. Any interest I now have in the subject comes entirely from a perspective of fascination with the cultural history and analysis of its sociological relevance. That, and I simply adore studying the stars as they are. I don't want to do any readings the way I did them before. It's a bit of a manipulative thing in and of itself, don't you think? Trying to tell someone that they're predisposed to be, or how they should behave at any given time on the expectation of a sacred, predetermined outcome. The concept of fate of any form does not exactly leave much room for freedom and personal growth, I would say. Of course, I attempted to use it as a means of positive encouragement to anyone who came to me, but that doesn't change the fact that I was proclaiming undue authority and providing deceitful, unrealistic promises to complete strangers. I don't want to do something like that to anyone ever again, even with good intentions in mind.
Well, there you have it. It's one of the reasons you dislike these particular kinds of bogus ideas. Too many people willing to exploit others. You can't really bring yourself to disagree with the last sentiment entirely, though, despite any philosophical differences you might have with Indari. Was it intentional manipulation for the sake of authoritative gain in the case of your sect?
Without a doubt. After I actually paid attention, it was very obvious. They were using their own interpretations of certain texts to spread lies and indoctrinate me to do the same. Anything in existence, especially something as mystical and awe-inspiring as the stars, can be given a meaning to perpetuate an agenda. Perhaps not
So true.
So true. So true. Perhaps not all the groups follow those beliefs, and perhaps not all the groups that follow those beliefs intend to use them for harm, but it certainly does happen. And it happened to me.
Well, that definitely marks quite a large number of boxes on your mental checklist for extremely shady culty behavior. I said culty, fuck.
You good?
Yeah. I said shady culty behavior.
Shady culty.
It doesn't really tell you anything pertinent to the case, but weirder and smaller things have become important before.
It's a clue that it's a secret tool that we'll use for later.
Yeah, you decide to get him talking about decorative resonator. The mounted item on the wall is not something you can ignore. It's the one thing you have limited knowledge on, but it still concerns you. What you do know is that it is an incredibly rare object to see anywhere, especially under the ownership of someone who claims to like any sort of religious practice. The small cult that used this particular item in rituals were extremely focused on balance as the core principle. They vanished without a trace some time ago, though it's anyone's guess as to why. Maybe they're just hiding. I noticed the resonator on display in the corner. I don't claim to know everything about their use, but I do know where it comes from. What's the purpose of keeping it here? Indari momentarily turns his head away from you to look at the object in question, as if he was unaware of it being there in the first place.
Oh, that? I suppose I find it interesting to observe, for one, in the sense that I just think it's neat. The actual use of it, however, is not something I, or anyone for that matter, really dabble in anymore.
What use would that have been precisely?
You'll be delighted to know the answer You'll be delighted to know I have just the answer. Mostly, they were used in a variety of prayer rituals.
The main concept behind them being that the dual prongs represented balance between both the All-Mother and the Not-Father, and everything that they both embody. In a ritual, a member of the congregation would continually strike the resonator to generate a continuously emitted frequency. This frequency was believed to bridge the gap between our physical and ethereal dimensions, allowing direct contact with the divine. That sound itself is quite pleasant at first. It does get stale fairly quickly if you're not into it, though. But most who are using it happen to be extremely interested in the whole thing, so...
He shrugs delicately before continuing.
The process could go on for many hours at a time. An enchanting concept in theory, yet also one that I personally find to be extremely terrifying in application.
You can understand how such a frequency would become very annoying very quickly, but you're not exactly sure what would lead him to call it terrifying. Or perhaps you can somewhat relate if it produces an effect in any way similar to that one disquieting experience you had recently in the cornfields.
In the cornfield.
You suppress a shudder. Something tells you this context is much more sinister than your lone incident in the fields. Elaborate. He pauses, sprouting and crossing his arms in front of himself, as if to create a weak line of defense against the question.
The rituals themselves were meditative. Everything surrounding it needed to be calm and quiet. That part was fine. What bothered me was when things started actually happening.
You see, Secily, there's this one time during the ritual where someone did a seesaw effect and killed someone underneath the cage.
Blocked. Blocked.
I'm so
blocked.
sorry, I'm so
You're
sorry.
You're not sorry. Jesus Christ. Deep cut right there. Oh my fucking god.
I'm sorry, continue.
Amidst the ringing, you're eventually able to hear what sounds like whispers. Usually unintelligible, but on occasion clearer things would come through, especially if there's any sort of speaker present. Of course, it didn't all amount to just that. Dreykov, I don't know, but it might, actually. I think that's a pretty solid theory right now. Odd sensations, changes in the feeling of the room. Your body eventually goes numb and all you see is black, white, and grey dancing in your vision. And the noise keeps getting louder. It was paranormal activity, I'm sure of it, and it felt rather like some sort of possession, which I am not a fan in any way. What's the movie where the kid, like, walks into the TV? You know what I'm talking about?
The Ring?
No, The Ring is the one where the Japanese creature that comes out of the television.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the movie. Yeah, I'll look it up later.
Poltergeist?
It is Poltergeist. There we fucking go. It's kind of giving me
Oh, funny. Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of it's kind of making me think of like Poltergeist here. I don't know.
Yeah, I never watched Poltergeist, but I do know of the that one infamous scene where like the child is sitting in front of the TV that's just all static and just goes, "They're back."
Wait, we have to tell Austin now to draw that for when Vastier comes back next month.
Oh god.
Would that not be funny? Would that not
be.
That would be
Yeah.
pretty fucking funny. Just Arcjex sitting in front of a TV with static and then just says they're back and then a link to the new update. Oh my fucking god. Please have Maple Butter Hooves say that. I have no idea who Maple Butter Hooves is.
So you never had Homestuck then?
Is that the horse's name?
The fucking horse with like the pink bow. The horse that has no face.
I mean, that's a sure way to fucking put it. Is that really the name?
Yes, I think so.
I-
Let me look it up right now.
Okay, alright.
It made me extremely uncomfortable, and is a huge reason why I didn't stick around in the midst of for their very long. Distortions of any kind are a curious topic in general, aren't they? I don't want anything to do with that on a personal level, but I mean, they are rather interesting to think about, I suppose. The thought of an anomaly breaching our material reality and the subjectivity of how it may be perceived by different individuals provides a lot to talk about. For example...
Okay, I looked up the name. The actual name is just Maple Hoof for the
Okay.
horse.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes a lot more sense because I knew the horse's name was Maple, but reading Butter Hooves, I was like, is this an MLP character?
No, it's a reference to the last page faster.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, this is a whole blind read, so I did not know that, Dreykov.
Yeah.
So
SMH got their banter from the chat now.
fucked up, and a little bit evil. I mean, honestly, it's an okay spoil. I mean, like, don't try to spoil anything else. But like, yeah, that's a fine spoiler. I will look forward to the return of the horse.
Yes.
Horse 2.
He's going off on a tangent again. Talking about distortions and glitches in the Matrix was not the point of this.
Oh god. Also very relevant.
Yeah.
I'm
You're starting to wish you could distort into some kind of two-dimensional figure so you could slip away from this conversation.
do it now. Do it. You're 2D. Just slip through the fucking door. Do it. Do it.
Super paper Secily.
Super. Oh my god. Wait. Super paper error. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Actually, I kind of want to. Oh my god. I kind of want to see them in the Paper Mario style. I think that sounds very cute. Oh.
I think Alienoid made like Paper Mario 64 sprites of a few of the main 12.
Oh shit. If you can find that, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, I'll be sure to find it.
Fair enough.
Alright, that's enough of that. If you dislike what the resonator does so much, then why do you still keep it? And not just around, but also hung up in full display like a prized possession for that matter.
For the sake of reminding myself why I left in the first place. Maybe I should get rid of it. It's probably not the best thing to hold on to. But for now, it's something I can look back on if I ever doubt my decisions at any point. It's a connection. A personal reminder of where I came from and where I absolutely do not want to return to. I see it there sometimes, and it brings to mind how distressing and awful it really was.
All those were interesting and engaging stories that obviously expanded on some important lore. You're still not certain it'll actually help you locate your thief. The cult knowledge doesn't give you anything too direct to look into now, being primarily about a group that supposedly disappeared sweeps ago. You've done a lot of listening to random garbage and not enough sleuthing, much to your displeasure. Once again, you have to remind yourself that sometimes that's just what this job requires. But with that in mind, there is still one other thing you can ask. You decide to get him talking about the cult now. This particular religious sect I'm hearing about. You've been referring to the same group this entire time, haven't you?
That's, yes, I have.
And from what I understand, not only were they extremely reclusive, but also stopped being seen altogether about 2 sweeps ago. And there was never a documented name, but anyone who have heard anything about their activities have taken to calling it by a specific moniker. You were part of the Mora. He nods silently. What happened to them?
I don't know, truthfully. I was already out and very far away before they vanished. Granted, I was trying to keep my distance, but I still knew some of the things that were going on. Until one day I just didn't. And neither did anyone else, it seems.
Oh, that's just fantastic. And here you were hoping you could at least get a clue about as to where this bunch could be tucked away, if anywhere.
I'll admit, that does worry me too. My mind jumps to horrible scenarios. I don't like the idea of something bad could have happened to anyone, regardless of what I think of them.
That's definitely a possibility, especially if they weren't a particularly large congregation. Do you actually believe they were truly gone?
No, I do not.
Here's another question for you. Whether it's the Mora or any kind of pious syndicate, how far do you think they would go to obtain an artifact substantial enough to claim the promise of eternal life?
I think if you said that to almost anyone, faithful or otherwise, they would feel similarly. Indisputably, many would do just about anything to get their hands on it. That's quite the colossal concept. Who wouldn't at least be curious in some fashion? Considering the state the world is in, whether eternal life could be a positive or negative thing is an entirely different discussion, but anything that gives hope of correcting the horrible problems this planet has, people are going to flock to it, even more so when faith in the divine comes into play. Like, you know, the planet's suns are both dying at an incredibly rapid rate.
Here we go again. Yes, I understand the point you're about to make. You don't need to finish it. That earns you a look of embarrassment, with him bashfully putting a hand to his mouth as if to stop himself from speaking on it further. Are there any other groups you'd like to bring to light? I could use something potentially traceable at the very least.
The Mathemaniacs, which I'm sure you've heard plenty about, but I don't think that's a very useful thought. They're not exactly the kind that seeks any form of life preservation.
Yeah, probably not. That's a pretty deep, sizable cliff to dive from.
That's where I started. The grass would have been harder to shake off for obvious reasons. Wouldn't have been able to do it without a little help. I think her name started with a T? Our last conversation was brief, but she looked just as trapped as I was.
Pain.
Huh?
Pain. He's talking about Taz. Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Honestly, I should have known better and stopped there. But I was incredibly young and desperate to find a community for myself in something that felt still similar. I thought turning from one faith to another with opposing ideas was just what I needed, but I was wrong. As it turns out, most religious organizations are rather alike in the end. Damn, bitch. Fair enough, though. The trolls I've encountered that tend to rely too heavily on faith usually turn sour from it somehow.
It would seem that way, yes. You're growing increasingly impatient with the extraneous musings coming from the targeted character you seem to have a knack for attracting. You wish you could sympathize more, but right now we have little time for the life stories, folktales, and other tangents that your suspect has regurgitated. Your desire to entertain his personal ramblings is only as strong as the usefulness in his information has to your case. It seems the total amount of substance you expected from this conversation has reached its limit, and you have reached yours as well. I think I've heard enough for the time being.
Oh, you all done with me then? I hope I didn't derail you too terribly.
I don't believe I have anything else that would warrant further discussion. I can't say for sure if it's been a productive chat, but it was amiable. So yes, I'm finished. Don't worry, I'll see myself out. Thank you for your time, Mr. Vernier.
Of course. I wish you only the best of luck in your case, Regulator. And obviously, if there's anything else I can do to help, I'm as open as present as the nighttime sky.
Indari nods, but he looks just about ready to follow you out despite your previous statement. You suppress a sigh, nodding with what you hope is a sense of finality. Then you open the door without another word and step into the hallway. The backstage has quieted down considerably by now. There's only a couple trolls or so popping in and out of the doors, as they move things around to finish their cleaning duties. Indari comes to the doorway behind you. He's either decided to actually send you off, or simply wishes to move on as well. Either way, you don't need to stick around here any longer. Just as you are about to go on your way, you catch something out of the corner of your eye. An individual at the end of the hall that strikes you as odd. A troll wearing a dress composed of patches of various colors, reminiscent of a panel of stained glass, is watching you.
Uh-oh.
She is completely still, peeking around the turn in the hall with razor-sharp focus. The way she's looking at you suggests much more than simple curiosity over your recent emerging. The moment she notices you've seen her, she immediately disappears around the back corner around the corner in a flash of color. And Daria seems to have noticed this too, as a small gasp escapes him with emotion.
Okay, really quickly.
Yes.
I'm assuming this is Taliad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all I'm imagining now is just Taliad fucking just trying to escape view, but just with the fucking clown shoes just keeps honking with every step, so it's just a distant fade out of. It's just a distant fade out of.
Yeah. yeah.
God. Continue though.
Okay. This time, you don't suppress your instincts to pursue a mark. You swiftly unsheath Proserpina and bolt down the hall after her. You are not in the mood for playing around with sketchy shit like that. You lost sight of her. Just as you make your way around the corner, you see the latch of the double doors ahead clicking back to a close. It's the obvious exit, leading outside the theater entirely. You rush forward, pushing through them and merging back onto the streets of Stronghold 21. Your eyes scan the area as you move, searching for that same flash of color to chase after, looking for where to turn next. You find nothing, even as you explore the closest possible options for her to have escaped through. The spying stranger is gone. With a firm tisk of irritation, you return your blade to its proper resting place. By now, Indaria has come out into the street as well, shocked and quite curious about this sequence of events. Perhaps he has enough reasons of his own to be concerned by it. The frustration of yet another important lead slipping right through your fingers so suddenly is evident. You're growing exceptionally tired of these moments, leaving you falling short. Though, while you may have missed a chance to interrogate a potential spy, you are now absolutely certain of one more thing. You're being more closely and consistently monitored than you thought. E,
The
the end.
The end. God, I think about how in Finnish end is slut. So I always think about the fucking Tumblr gif that will go around. That's the ending of Finding Nemo. And it just reads, slut.
Oh my god.
I fucking think about that so often.
Oh my god. Incredible.
God.
But yeah, that was Indari's route.
Indari's pretty good.
Yeah. I like him.
I like the him.
I like the him. He's nice.
He is nice. I can't tell anything. I can't see if there was anything added to the screen.
It's based on volume, not
Okay.
route.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
yeah, so once we finish with Orca's route, then you can see.
Then I will finally see.
Let's go.
To go vibrates into the new route.
Orca time.
Hello? This is how we're starting this?
I mean, Husk's route, like, ended on, like, Secily thinking, oh my god, Orca's in danger because she's been found out, right?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay. Orca Rust is in danger. That's the conclusion you came to, standing in a cornfield and staring at a photograph in a blurry phase. You didn't even think about it. The next moment you were on your bike and gunning it out of there. The fact of her peril was so obvious that it'd be insulting if anyone paused long enough to explain it. Okay, I honestly thought that phrase was going to go, the fact that her peril was so obvious, it'd be insulting if anyone did the route before this one.
Oh my god.
That, if they could have fucking made that a meta thing, like, oh yeah, you should probably be doing this route first, and yet you wasted the time doing Indari, fuck you. That would have been very funny.
Fucking incredible.
Oh my god. Yo, Ev, how's it going tonight? I know
Hello.
that I shouldn't be surprised you're here to curse me. You will do as you will. But how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. Sometimes narrative introspection is just too much a big of a strain on your schedule. You threw caution to the wind, racing at top speed to get here. But now, making your way down to the shoreline, you've had to ask the wind for the caution back. You'll need it, this close to the depths. I'm only here briefly. Fair enough. Well, it's good to have you here while you're here.
Welcome.
Welcome. And then goodbye. Nobody lives on the coast without good reason. Repeton's hostile terrain is nothing compared to the Icarus, obsidian-tainted, eldritch-infested nightmare fuel that is its seascape. The notion of a holiday doesn't really exist in your culture, and the notion that a beach holiday exists even less. The idea that anyone would ever come to such a place for relaxation is unfathomable. Equally unfathomable are the depths themselves, since nobody knows how deep they go. They might as well be bottomless. The powerful smell, which got steadily stronger as it drove you towards the coast, is now threatening to overwhelm you. Your acid tubes aren't so much heaving as they are writhing in agony. Your what?
I don't know. It's probably supposed to be nostrils.
That's my thought, but like, I don't understand. Damn, bitch, I didn't know that we could fucking shoot acid out our nose. Let's fucking go. We all got fucking superpowers. Let's just fucking have an acid party.
God.
That's why every time you sneezed, you blow out a little bit of acid. That's why you have to put your... Yeah. This is why you use tissues, kids. Because otherwise, if you sneeze in someone's face, it will burn.
Yeah.
It's basically the most disgusting thing you've ever smelled in your life. Think rotting flesh, and then dial it up to rotting everything. Oh, that's what your honk. Okay, so acid tubes is not a nostrils.
No.
Your
I don't
honk.
know.
I do love your honk sniffer. That's pretty good. Help. Is acid tubes their mouth?
I don't know. Probably not.
See,
why would you, like, smell through your mouth?
Because your mouth and your nose are connected.
I meant, like, smell through your mouth. Like, do you breathe through your mouth and you just smell what's going on?
Yes, you can. Technically, you can.
Technically, you can?
Yes. Because it's all connected to your windpipe, you're still going to, if you would just breathe in a scent with your nose closed, that scent will fill your lungs, because that's how gases work. And as such, it will go up and down, meaning that it will go through your nose in reverse.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a little fucked. I think it's your throat since you're spitting up acid. That's what I'm also thinking that it would be, because that was my thought because of like acid reflux. But also that's weird. Damn, bitch, get these trolls some Tums. God, it's like if someone directed an open sewer into a landfill site, which happened to be built on the world-encompassing mass extinction zone. It's like that, because that's literally what this place is. You hate coming here, but you have no choice. As you make your way through the trash dunes, piled up high with junk and worthless garbage, you can't help but be reminded of something. Or rather, someone. Maybe it's the way your insides are currently suing for emotional damages, but something about wading through literal shithole of cultural detritus and filth brings her to mind. Damn, don't talk about your wife like that. Fucked up. What would she say?
She's talking about her pitch wife.
Her pitch wife?
Kismesis.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair. I did actually forget how trolls worked for a moment. Fair enough.
God. Yeah.
What would she say if she could see you now? The very thought of her gloating over you for this malodorous misadventure makes you grind your crunch stomps in irritation. It's not like she's above any of this, though. Hell, she's probably delivered some of this stuff personally. It's a pity she didn't throw herself on the pile for good measure. You leave this train of thought hastily on top of the trash heap that inspired it. You got to stop getting distracted. Didn't you mention? You're kind of in a hurry at the moment. You're heading for a system of caves carved out in the promontory in the distance. That's where Oricka lives. When she was first relocated here, she said that the bluff reminded her a lot of her deadly departed Lucis. You never understood what the hell she was talking about. Just a funny looking rock to you. Getting there is proving to be a bit of an ordeal. You're having to weave to and fro through mountains.
Okay, I'm going to have to interrupt you here because there is a word at the end here that we're going to get rid of in the future, but you could just skip that if you want.
The second to last word or the last word?
Second to last word.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we're planning on getting rid of that soon in the next patch.
Cool. You're having to weave to and fro from the mountains of electrical junk, pre-Renaissance rubbish, and prematurely obsolescent and modern gadgetry mixed together in one big techno slurry. As you trek through it all, your ears aren't having as hard as a time as your nose. Nothing much to hear except the lapping of waves on the shore. It's oddly soothing, if not a little sinister. But you're triumphantly crested in a mountain of Turin Kai branded interactive sing-along DVDs, far too big to walk around.
We have a MO, which is every route you write, every volume you have to bring up Turin.
Good.
Turin has to be mentioned somewhere.
I love that, and also now we do need a fake karaoke. For the next Christmas, we do in fact need like the Turin Kai Christmas album. You know, like how on television they used to just play like, I don't know, Mariah Carey's next album, and it just lists all of the tracks, and then you just hear brief spurts of them when the text is yellow, just like that for Turin Kai's fucking sing-along DVD.
Jesus Christ.
God.
Incredible.
When your sensitive ears pick up a little. Somewhere in the distance, and only for a brief moment, you could have sworn you heard something else moving out there. Whatever, it's nothing important. A squeak beast nest buried underneath a mound of rubbish is the least of your concerns right now. And going by...
God, you have the hiccups.
I got them hiccups, fucking... I'm gonna have to...
God.
And going by the noise, it is definitely not big enough to be a person.
You sure? You sure about that?
Maybe it's just a really small person.
People can be small. I want to see the world's tiniest troll. Fucking, it's just...
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's Husk again.
Help! Oh, jeez, what is happening? What do you mean?
Nevertheless, you move a little bit more quietly as you finally approach the cape. The rock here has been eroded away over sweeps by hundreds of thousands of Reptonian sea storms. The icky black sand wends its way inside the cave system, passing under rows of jaded stalactites. You got the hiccups in the streams, you got the hiccups from Elo now. Oh, that's not good.
Oh
okay.
boy. Also, you passed on the hiccups to Drekka.
Fucked up and a little bit evil. That's just how hiccups work now, apparently.
Yes, every time you, like, pound your chest to get rid of the hiccups, you're actually just passing it on to someone else.
Fucked up and evil. What is... Okay, hold on. Hello? Netgear Genie, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck off. Die.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I've been noticing that, like, that for some reason we did start getting, like... I did notice that we were getting a bit of some skipped frames, and I was wondering why. So I opened up Task Manager, and for some reason Netgear was using 20% of my fucking CPU for just
my god.
no reason. It's not even fucking up, and like apparently it was... Oh my god.
Wow.
I got a skipped framed warning of 98% of the frames.
Jesus.
Oh, that... Okay, cool. Hey, computer, you good?
You good, awesome computer? You good? You wanna fuck off?
You wanna not? You wanna be a good little computer? I got a... This is homophobic. I got a fucking vast error read to do, and this is what you're doing to me?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's better that it skips frames here than, like, playing fucking Among Us.
That's fair. But I am, in fact, canceling my computer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing really quickly. I'm gonna fucking close... That was not smart. That was not smart. I fucking lost Discord. I totally fucking forgot. I was talking to God. Fuck. I don't know if you can fucking hear any of what I just have said.
You said that you'll be back.
I did not say I would be back. I said I think I'm gonna try one more thing, and that thing was in fact closing Discord.
I see.
No, but I thought I was actually going to be closing. It was me closing Discord, forgetting that we're talking on Discord together and not just like fucking linked or something.
Oh,
so
God.
like as soon as I closed it, I realized, oh my god, I just closed Discord while fucking talking to Don.
Oh my god.
Fucking god, absolutely dying. Yes, I did close Discord while I was... Oh my fucking god.
My god.
No thoughts, head empty moment. That's bad.
It's okay.
No, actually, we are now skipping 100% of our frames.
Oh no.
That's okay. Cool.
No
fucking clue why. What is going on, computer?
Austin, computer, please.
I am begging. Don't make me grovel.
Grr, bark, bark, bark.
What? Bless you.
I said grr, bark, bark, bark.
Why did you bark?
Do you not know, like, that thing where, like, some people just literally type out grr, bark, bark, bark to act like fucking dogs or something?
No?
You are very uncultured.
Sorry?
I'm kidding.
No,
But-
I know.
But I know that, like, I've seen it, like, happen a couple times on, Twitter.
God. Oh, okay. Yes. I know there's a joking Tumblr post about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to do here, but I guess I will try restarting the stream, and I hate doing that, but I will try it.
Yeah, you can go do that.
Okay, alright, so hang in there like a kitten on a tree, and we'll be back.
Yes. We are restarting.
Okay. Oh, and I have gone too far now.
Oh no.
Hiccuping crashes snowbound bloodstreams, apparently. Apparently my hiccup was so powerful it reverberated to my entire computer, and did in fact fuck it up just a little bit.
Your hiccup docks you.
Don't. Oh my god, I would be so... Oh my god. Considering the fact that hate raids are still happening, I am actually very scared of that possibility. Cause
yeah.
Okay, yeah, like actually a bit of a serious talk here. The reason why you need to ban the bots immediately is because if you click on them, there is a... Twitch does not hide your IP, sending packets to the other people clicking on them. So by you clicking on one of the bots, they grab your IP and then they can proceed to dox you.
Yeah. I did some Twitch mod practice the other day. I just banned literally like most, if not every single fucking one of those like bots, like the Haas bots from the other day from my fucking chat, because I noticed one of them started to follow me and I'm like, no.
God, yeah, no, they hit like a fucking truck last week. I mean that Frisk and the my friends that your hand just did that, they actually did get hate rated on last Friday.
That's so fucked.
It is fucked. To be fair though, it did get them affiliate. So
Wow.
So, you know, profit?
Good fucking job.
Profit? Question mark?
Good fucking job on the hate raid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they can in fact do that, and it is fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scream at Twitch with all of my might.
Also, I'm going to be right back. I am going to go grab another water bottle.
Okay.
So
I'll.
you can keep on reading.
Okay, cool.
Because Orca's lines doesn't come up until a little bit later.
Fair enough. If it did look like any kind of animal, which to be clear, it absolutely does not, then you'd be making your way into its mouth. The mouth of the cave. You mean? You know what? Forget it. You hurry inside. The interior of the cave is damp, dark, and unwelcoming. It's actually quite hard to see anything in here, even so close to the exit. The jet black depths water doesn't reflect that much light inside. It is extremely fucking silly that this goddamn site, which is owned by Amazon, the world's biggest fucking company, is not secure in the slightest. And it is even worse that Twitch's response to this has been basically nothing. It's basically just been virtue signaling, which I don't like using that terminology because of its massive overuse by the political right and Nazis, but it is actually virtue signaling in actually legitimate respects. It's kind of fucked. Twitch does need to do better. At least the smell is a bit more tolerable, though. We've walked our way back to the dead aquatic fauna on your personal scale of olfactory displeasure. Hopefully that means you can breathe a little easier for a while in here. But only literally, mind you. You still got a form of client to save. You begin to move deeper into the cavern, towards where Orca's hive should be. Oh, sorry about that. It really is very dark in here, though. You should turn on your visor's torch settings and... Okay, no torch then. Darn, this thing was working fine earlier, too. Sorry about that. Was it actually that loud? How loud did it get? I cannot tell, actually. I couldn't see it, but oof. Oh, right, I can actually just do this. I totally forgot about that. It wasn't loud, but it was piercing. So it went right through your soul. Fucked up and evil. God. Or, wait, no, that's not quite right. There's a weird glitch that happened in Husky's barn, wasn't there? At least you think it was a glitch. You take off the visor so you can give it a shake or something. Do these things have data cartridges that you can blow into? It's impossible to see anything in here. Oh well, at least... Good. It's like a screech old TVs make. Most can't hear it and is really quiet but gives you a migraine. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. I say that, but I also did... I say that, but I did grow up with CRTs.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
There's a frog in my garage.
What? Holy shit.
Yeah, so I went downstairs because usually our sodas and water bottles are stored in like the fridge in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down there and I opened the door, and as I turned on the lights and I went to the fridge, I noticed there was just a big fucking frog right there on the floor. And I was like, whoa, I didn't see you there.
That's a new fucking friend. You just have a new friend now.
I just have a new friend.
I'm really happy for you.
His name is Edward.
I love that. I love that for Edward.
Edward the Frog lives in my garage.
Edward the Frog just lives in your garage, and you know what? We will treat him. We will treat him with respect.
He does a community service. He gets rid of and eats the fucking cockroaches in the garage.
Let's go. That's a good fucking frog.
Yeah, but yeah, like, almost scared the shit out of me because I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing in here? How the fuck did you get in here?
Probably because, like, when we were getting groceries in, and I guess he just happened to kind of hop in there and then just got closed in on.
Fair enough. Ashron is a nice name, but it is Edward.
Mhm.
The frog's name is Edward. I'm sorry. It's just Edward. Click. Oh god. Cecily's stealth moments. I can't.
Let's go.
Metal Gear Snowbound blood. Lots of things start happening all at once. The lights in the cavern come on out of nowhere, nearly blinding you. A low rumble starts up, and the floor of the cave begins vibrating. Over the top of the low bass hum, a klaxon shrieks and wails, so loud that your auricular sponge clots sear in pain. And behind that, you hear the telltale sounds of weaponry being engaged. Oh, motherfucker. God! Oh my god. You dive wildly for cover, heading for a large boulder that you can barely see at the edge of your seat. At the edge of your peripheral vision. You manage to duck just in time as a searing bolt of energy streaks through the air above you. You knew it. You knew it. They've come for her just like you suspected, and you still walked straight into a trap they left for you like an idiot. You dodge 2 more laser beams in quick succession as you silently curse yourself over and over, running to the cave wall as fast as your legs will carry you. The sudden movement throws you off bounds, though, as you desperately fumble for a few moments with the visor in your hands before losing grip on it altogether. Shit! Your head barely whips around as you hurry on, and you barely manage to spot it as it tumbles through the air. Oh no. Then it bounces down the cavern a short distance. Oh no, before settling in a suspicious-looking divot in the floor. Oh my god!
Yep.
What the fuck? There's just a mine! There was just a mine in this fucking cave!
Yeah.
A small fireball engulfs the middle of the cavern, narrowly missing you. The noise is deafening. The heat from the explosion flares angrily against your skin. It's been many sweeps since you got rid of your sideburns, and if you still had them, they certainly would be. They still wouldn't be there certainly anymore. As the landmine went off, the explosion slammed you full force into the boulder you'd been aiming for. Overcome with the noise and light and heat, your vision begins to swim a little. Good night. Sleep tight.
Good night, Cecily. Route ends.
Route ends.
Cecily fucking dies.
The end image is just Cecily with a blanket on top of her and a fucking, like, warm pail of milk next to her.
Orca tucked her in.
Good. I love that. Love that for them. Yeah, that's sure how it be, huh? Damn.
Sure is.
Glasses people just need those glasses in order for the eyes to work at all.
Wow.
Damn, bitch. Fucked up. And then everything is dark again. Great work, Ayapara. You've blacked out. It occurs to you that, surely nothing should be occurring to you if you've been knocked out, right? Oh, well, whatever. Your mind, deep in the throes of whatever dubious state of consciousness this is, can't help but think of someone. Someone important. Someone you were trying to help. Who was it again? Recall. On any other day, this would be your go-to choice.
But honestly, after what's happened in the cornfield, you're kind of hesitant trying to recall anything for the time being. That doesn't stop you from straight up lowercase remembering stuff, though. So you give that a try instead. Help! Remember?
Do you remember?
Oh my god. Oh my god. The 21st night of September is in fact a Tuesday.
Yo. Wait, why is that relevant?
Because I stream then. I can do something silly.
Oh, I see. I see what you're putting down.
You get me. The brainwaves
I
have...
get you.
The brain cells have connected. There we go.
Mm-hmm. It took a little moment.
Well, it's because I psychically sent you a third brain cell.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that a Back to the Future stream in mind? No, I don't know. I just thought of this on the fly. I like the 21st night of September.
Mm-hmm.
Something was messing with your recall vibration earlier. Remembering is the likely safest option. It's possible this distinction makes absolutely no sense, but you don't give a shit about that. Now, who was it that you came to see? Oh, me. Omicron? No, that can't be it. Orissa? Yo! I can't believe it. The next hero to be added to Overwatch is Secily Iopara.
Oh god. Oh no.
I'm so happy for her. Finally, the second gay person.
Jesus Christ. The second gay person. The second lesbian.
The second lesbian. 2! God. Come on, this is important. Your memory is supposed to be perfect, damn it. Orifice? Definitely not. This is a nightmare. You have to remember. You have to. You can't forget anything. Not now. Not now. You can feel it right on the tip of your gustation frond. Oh, Rick. All at once, the memory of Orca leaps out of the blackness and smacks you round the face hard. Ow! You're supposed to... You suppose that's what you get for letting her slip your mind, though. Technically, both answers are true to some extent, I guess, but also, like, the 21st night of September is just, like, is a Earth, Wind, and Fire reference. If anything else, if anything, I'll fucking buy one of the old Avatar games and I'll fucking play it on stream.
Oh god.
Who wants to play Avatar Arena with me?
I never heard of that.
Really? Well, I mean, it's defunct now, but there used to be an Avatar, technically an Avatar 3D fighting game on the Nickelodeon website, and it is considered lost media now.
Wow. You just love yourself some lost media lore.
Oh, you might think that might be a joke to you, but to me, lost media is a special interest, actually.
I love that for you. Go off, King.
Thank you. Oricka Roust was one of the strangest assignments you've ever had, before the one occupying you presently. Honestly, it's a bit much to get into right now. To cut a long story short, sheep ago she ended up in big trouble, and you were asked to bail her out of it. But not in the money kind of bail. More like chucking pails of water out of a sinking ship kind. Hello? You know what? Since neither legal systems nor boats are really things your culture does, it's really weird that the bailing someone out is an expression in your language at all. Really makes you think.
Really makes you thonk, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, you're supposed to be thinking about Orca. Ugh, your head. She's always been somewhat of a mechanical genius. But the problem with genius is that every so often it can make you do something very, very stupid. Anyways, she was a high-blood in peril, and the mob wasn't interested in arguing with both you and your sword, so you got off the hook eventually. But not without some complications. Medical ones. Once she had recovered from the ordeal, Orca built you an electronic visor as a thank you for your assistance. The one that... No. You can't deal with that thought right now. It's too much.
Can we get an F in chat for Cecily's beautiful, beautiful visor that she has just lost?
My beautiful pronoun visor.
Your beautiful pronoun visor. Visor that allows you to see anyone's pronouns when you look at them.
That would be incredibly convenient,
I would
honestly.
love that. Oh my god, we need that. Fucking EN pronouns just when you look at people.
She was rehoused to this cave in secret, far away from anyone that might try to hurt her again. That was the plan, anyways. The anonymous tip had you doubting everything. You understood the danger the moment you saw the photo. Because if she's found, then who knows what could happen. Who knows what is happening to her right now? You've got to help her! Now!
You gotta help us.
And you gotta help us. One day I will do a Hotel Mario stream. One day.
Oh god.
One day. The memory of Orca leans in and smacks you around the face again. Fucking ow! But then you realize that this isn't a memory of Orca you're seeing at all. It hits a little too hard for that. You float back up to awareness slowly. Your visor came back. Yo! The visor's back. Let's fucking go.
We paid 2 Fs to pay respects and the visor comes back.
That's all it takes, baby. That's all it takes.
Just 2 Fs.
Just 2 Fs. Your vision returns first. Then the pain starts to blossom from your think pan. And then you begin to hear again.
Secily? Secily? Flushed?
You're spread out on the floor of the cave, where you got knocked out. Orca standing over you, looking... Well, you can't tell. You can't see her face through the screen in her helmet. Instead, what you see is some peculiarly looking pictogram. It means nothing to you. You blink up at Orca in a daze. Yeah!
I figured since now that we've gotten to her talking, we can do
Fair.
that now.
Fair.
Orca, what are you doing here?
Thinking. At the moment, thinking. I'm puzzling out what you're doing spread eagle behind a boulder, Glance Nuggets.
Glance Nuggets?
Thinking. OMG, Glance Nuggets. Could it be that you came to visit me, Flushed?
I suppose you could say that. Of course, if you're here to see her, you can't think of any other conceivable reason why anyone would be seen dead in this place. Hell, you very nearly were seen dead in this place. Orca doesn't seem to pick up at this point, which is, Orca doesn't seem to pick up on this point, because it was made silently and in your head, which incidentally hurts like a bitch. Instead, she claps her hands together in apparent glee.
I knew it, Flushed. It's so good to see you, Secily. Or should I say, thinking, Secily. Mayo, cry laughing.
Oh my god. That's... You just said my name the same way twice.
What were you thinking walking in here without letting me know beforehand, Cold Sweat? It's looking I was already on my way here to start my defense systems in the first place. Otherwise, it would make a sizzling hot Secily steak out of you, if you know what I mean, Flushed. But for real, Cess, why did you tell me you were coming? It's been so long since you last came to see me. Pensive.
Orca, what is going on here? I thought you were in danger. I was tipped off that someone had managed to find out where you lived, and I feared the worst. I didn't really have time to bother with the courtesy call. Not that I wouldn't have called you in the first place. You don't have a voice connection here, and I don't know how to work that ridiculous website you insist on using for communication. You're having a hard time keeping Orca in focus. Seems like your pan took one hell of a knock back there. It didn't help that she's got that bright screen in her helmet pointed right at you, flashing those weird esoteric symbols constantly as she talks.
Okay, well, first of all, Steamed, this corpse isn't a website, says stupid. It's a chat client. The two are completely different things, Shoutpole. And it's not just any old chat client, but the original, not corporatized independent real-time communication engine, Steamed. One that was cruelly disposed by big business interests in favor of that shitty branded thing they just rolled out, Steamed. I mean, come on! Scorp doesn't offer anything approaching an emo functionality this corpse has, so you know it's basically worthless. Eye roll. Not to mention that security has loopholes out the ass, which is a whole other kettle of...
Orca.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'm getting a little off track here. Pensive. So... to what do I owe the pleasure of finding you all akimbo on my cave floor? Surprise Noodle.
Oh, akimbo.
I love her.
I honestly first heard you say that as a himbo.
Lay down all himbo.
To what do I owe the pleasure to find you all a himbo on my cave floor? Hell. Like I said before, I was...
Oh right, now I remember you got some shady tip that I was in danger or something and raced all the way here to see if I was okay, Shoutpole. And honestly, that's really touching and I appreciate you coming, Cecily, no matter what the reason, Flushed. But... thinking... well, not to burst your bubble or anything, I'll pop it, but does it really look like I'm in much danger of getting snuck up on, Flushed?
She waves a hand vaguely about, gesturing to the scorch marks on the floor. The banks of laser cannons embedded to the walls. You have to admit, it's a pretty good, impressive defense system she's got going on here. Certainly a hell of a lot more comprehensive than Husk and their friends hiding in the cornfields. I have to admit, it's pretty impressive that defense system you've got going on here. Do you install all of this yourself?
Oh, well, you know, lots of time all on my lonesome equals lots of time for these little passion projects, Flex. Especially if it's a passion fueled by my desire to not get mauled by people with an axe to grind, Steamed. Chumps just do not know how to behave themselves, I roll. But if they want to get up to me and my laser turrets, then that's a them problem, LMAO. Clap.
God. You guess she has a point? Maybe? You've always found it a little hard to follow along with what Oricka says, on account of all the occult slang and acronyms she throws around.
Or I suppose I should say it was them problem, Pensive. Like I said, I was actually on my way here to turn the system off. Innocent.
She offers precious little explanation, but you're not really bothered about that. The fact that this system existed in the first place is a bigger concern of yours right now. You know, if you've been having a lot of difficulty with unwanted attention, then this kind of thing you should have brought up with the corporation. If you took the time to install a voice connection here, then Well, the air has aligned specifically for you to make him aware of problems like these. It would surely be less taxing use of your skills than building a makeshift fortress out of domestic waste.
Thinking. So what you're saying is, thinking, I should just dial up the corporate cops. Thinking. Well, sorry, but I'm just not that kind of person, yikes. Why would I let some goons from the corporation have all the fun wailing on those nuke suckers, surprise noodles? I mean, come on, Steamed. That's such a blatant expropriation of my suffering, I roll.
Help.
Well, okay, nobody would have said wailing on anyone else. But you have no idea what a cop is supposed to be, but whatever.
And why would I want to talk to stupid little Sestro anyway? I mean, let's be real, the guy's a total weenie, I roll. You think I'd ask that dimpled dweeb for a favor just to make him look good? Yikes. He'd spend the whole time prattling on about social responsibility and how he's gonna fix everything by recycling paper or whatever it seemed. Droning on and on while looking mournfully out of his window all forlorn and shit like it's Singles Day at the aquarium, pensive shrimp.
Pensive shrimp. God.
Pensive. What?
I just couldn't talk to someone knowing the amount of self-pitying was going on down the other end. Seriously, cry laugh.
Ouch.
No, but wonder how his matesper handles him sometimes, surprise noodle. Although I guess I'm not one to talk considering how Ron used to be, lol. A decade later and I still can't believe the hunk in my red corner now is the same guy. Soon flushed. Did I tell you Ron's gone vigilante?
This sounds like a woefully ill-advised topic to bring up with the chief regulator, in my professional opinion.
Oh, relax, stressily, I roll. Do you think I'd let my Ronnie loose on the world if I wasn't sure he was doing the right thing?
You're not sure either of you desire an answer for that question.
Look, all I'm saying is that he sees a criminal scum, which, wow, so do you! And he takes care of it with some mechanical help from yours truly, Steamed. By the way, if you ever need a metal hand, you know who to tap down the shoulder, eyes.
Help.
He fights like he kisses and he kisses good, flushed.
Ugh. The topic of romance isn't one you like getting into, though, especially not with someone quite so... well, so Oricka.
Okay, the line repeats here, so you could just skip that.
Oh, okay. Your gaze wanders a bit, trying to avoid looking at her helmet screen for too long. You settle on a smoldering crater a short distance away, where your electronic visor met its untimely end. All at once, the reality of the situation hits you. That visor was your trusty partners for sweeps. The only piece of tech you actually knew how to use. You haven't simply just lost your handy tool. That head screen was more than just an accessory. It was... No, you can't say it. And it's gone forever. Tragically exploded. You're having a hard time even understanding its absence. You're definitely in the denial stage right now. The pain is too much to bear. Speaking of pain, you think your think pen still hurts like crazy from when you slammed into that rock a while back. You put your hand to your temple and wince. Seeing this, Orca looks a bit concerned.
All I can imagine from that monologue about the fucking visor is just the fucking, oh no, it's melting! My precious power ring, gone forever!
Good. Oh my fucking god.
My precious visor, gone forever!
And she's just fucking grasping onto the burnt chunks of the visor and then just screams up in the sky.
Screams like a fucking pterodactyl.
Good.
God. Alright. Everything alright there, Sass? Surprise Noodle? Did something happen to you, Cold Sweat? Oh, right, yeah, I guess I did just unleash a barrage of laser artillery at you, LMAO. Yikes. Well, that's all acre under the bridge, I suppose, and absolutely not worth dwelling on for any length of time, innocent. And speaking of not dwelling, we should head back to my hive. It's not really safe all the way out here, pensive.
The splitting pain makes it kind of hard to talk, so you're absently nodding along with a lot of what Orca says. Only figuratively, mind. Only figuratively, mind you. Actually nodding would likely just be as painful. Orca begins to head deeper into the cave, indicating that you should come along with her.
I missed the line earlier. Like, was it if it's
the topic of romance line, that's because it like repeats.
Yes, but I am also having fun just...
She is looking directly at you.
She sees all. Okay, alright. Am I going... Wait, what direction? Uh-oh, wait.
Oh no, hey. Oh,
there
God.
we go. There was one missing back when I did the 3 Manzi creeps. Oh, well, I can't tell you when that was.
I can't tell you either. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Father inside. The two of you begin to trudge your way through the cavern, in the direction of Orca's hive. The cave system inside this cliff essentially consists of one small winding tunnel, with several smaller tributaries branching off either side. It's pretty easy to navigate even without Orca's help. You try to keep chatter to a minimum on account of your injuries, but something catches your eyes after a few moments of walking that you can't help but remark on. Oricka, what is that thing over there? You point towards a little alcove tucked in one of the walls on the cave. It's not the alcove itself you're interested, but rather what's inside. It looks vaguely mechanical. Orca looks to where you're pointing, looking a bit startled. You think she does, at any rate. It's hard to tell what she's thinking with the screen in the way of her face.
Oh, that little thing? Surprise Noodle? Yeah, it's nothing important, innocent.
The little thing is, for convenient reference, about 8 feet tall. Whatever it is, it's constructed out of a whole lot of scrap, assorted bits of junk, and who knows what else. It's a bit freakish to look at, and it somehow looks familiar. Oh no. Oh hell no! Wait a minute, Orca. You don't seriously mean you've been building more of your little machines again, do you?
Cold Sweat.
You can't see Orca's face, but you get the sneaking suspicion she's avoiding your gaze behind that screen.
Can we, like, not talk about this, maybe? I signed an NDA, remember, and besides, the topic is kinda, you know, yikes.
Oh my god, Orca. What in the all-mother's name does the non-destructive agreement have to do with it?
Non-destruction agreement.
Help. Secily is smart, but is also dumb.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it's the reason why, absolutely, positively, cannot be building another one of these contraptions? Why did you think they made you sign that document in the first place? Because it looked nice mounted in the gilt frame on your wall?
I mean, that was a very nice frame you got put in, Glance Nuggets.
Hell.
Thanks for that, by the way. Kiss.
You're so very welcome. Anyway, that agreement was drafted because it was the only way to get everyone to get quiet about the catastrophe that happened the last time you built one of these...
Mechs? Surprise noodle?
Mechanized body mechanized body augmentation suits is what I meant to say. Your pithy hype blood slang is ridiculous and it feels awful coming out of my shout cave.
Okay, whatever. The name's not important. Secily. My darling, pray. My angel, innocent. My favorite criminal damages lawyer. Everyone else says catastrophe. I say spontaneous infrastructural rearrangement.
Oh my god.
So really, who even knows what happened at the end of the night, thinking?
Impossible. Orca doesn't respond to that, other than to flash you another strange symbol through her helmet screen. Orca is very well written, and I love her.
I love her so much.
She skips on ahead of you a little ways as the two of you round another bend in the long passageway. You're a decent way inside this cliff by now. Suddenly, the cave opens up into a wide, high-walled cavern, so large it's hard to make out the ceiling in the dim lights. By far the most notable thing about this cave, though, is the 3-story all-motherfucking mansion that's sitting right in the middle of it. Members of the endangered caste have more ready access to corporate welfare than most. Whereas, say, a Burgundy would expect to take care of himself past the age of 6 sweeps or so. Orca and the trolls of her hemotype usually get looked after well into adulthood. Ostensibly, it's all about preserving the rarer troll subspecies, but most people see it as a psychogonic handout to an historically powerful group who have since fallen from grace. Yeah. You don't suppose you can really blame them either. Orca may talk about not being really all that different from anyone else, but there's only so many small palaces that can be built in secret caves before that starts to ring a little hollow. You follow Orca up the front steps, through the main entrance, and into her primary living quarters.
God, absolute mess.
Disaster wife.
God.
The hive has changed a lot since the last time you were here, back when it had just been built. Well, that's not quite true. The hive itself isn't all that different. The mess is, though. It's nothing compared to the landfill outside the cave, but you can hardly step anywhere here for the fear of treading on something. Or worse, in something. That's an important, if yucky, distinction. Orca, I apologize if this comes off as somewhat of a criticism, but what is the plethora of putrid-smelling garbage doing in your leisure cube? I knew you had this stuff from your various engineering projects, but this is beyond absurd! I have exceptionally good vision, and even I'm having trouble seeing the floor. That's an exaggeration, which is unlike you. Her room isn't that bad. Maybe it's all the blood in your eyes that's talking. Seeing it all is pretty hard right now. Orca doesn't seem fazed by your fussing, though.
Almeo, Ceci, sweetie, if you think this is bad, then you should see some of the other blocks in this place. I roll.
You said Ceci sweaty.
Ceci? No, I said Ceci, sweetheart.
You did not. You said...
No, I said sweetheart.
Oh.
I'm sure I did.
Okay. Well,
I am sure I read that right.
Well, I do like the... I do find it very funny. Ceci sweaty.
Sweat.
You get the feeling that you most certainly should not see any of the other blocks in this hive. If nothing else, you'd be convening some poor background artist to days of extra work. Oh my fucking god.
As for how it got like this, well, honestly, I have no idea. I mean, one day you start doing a bit of tinkering with the available sources from a nearby waste disposal zone, and before you know it, you're having to quarantine the whole wings of your hive because of the smell. Yikes. Actually wait, you know how it is.
Were you actually clapping?
Yes, I don't think my mic picked it up because
Your
my
mic
mic's dumb.
Your mic did not pick it up. I can try. So, you say the word and I'll clap.
Okay. You know how it is.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Teamwork. You so utterly don't know how it is. Orca. Look, I'll be honest. I think Pen's killing me. Your hive is a total disaster, and I'm rapidly losing my grip on the very reason why I even came to seek you in the first place. I thought you were in danger. I thought... I'm not especially sure what I was thinking, actually. I just knew something was up. A lot is happening at Corporation right now, and none of it is good. You explained to Orca the whole Vivify Murglery situation. Murglery. Oh my fucking god. In lots of detail. So much so that it'd be very boring if we all had to sit through it again. Alright, well this is where we're pausing this is where we're pausing volume 4. Let's go back to chapter 1, baby.
Oh no. Not volume 1. I love volume 1, but also it's really long.
Volume 1 was not that long. Remember, we did do Prologue Volume 1 and Volume 2 in the same stream.
Well, yeah, but, like, Volume 1 is, like, literally Sestro, Investigation, and Himifi all in one go.
Fair enough. Wait, why? Oh, for the joke. Because...
For the joke, yeah.
For the joke. Orca also seems pretty uninterested in the whole story, actually. A bit distracted. Maybe living in a cave for so long has made her pretty detached from the world outside. You wrap up your explanation, feeling a bit irritated.
Wig!
God!
Okay, Cecily, I know this is all very important to you, but I think that maybe there's something else you should be worried about right now, pensive.
She gestures to your hand, to your pan, which you're massaging furiously with both hands.
You look really hurt, and the visor I gave you is missing, pensive. You didn't get rid of it, did you? Surprise noodle?
No, Orca. I didn't get rid of it. It was exploded in a fireball.
Shout Paul!
Would you like to know why it was exploded in a fireball, Orca? I'm sure you would! It was because of one of your crazy mechanical devices! The same things which you were supposed to never build again for the good of everyone's safety, including yours! Okay, you're shouting. You hate how it feels, but love it at the same time. Your blood is boiling, and suddenly you're the most alive you've been all day. All week. All week. All sweep. I just don't understand any of it, Orca. I don't understand how you're just okay with this. Okay with this situation. Okay with what happened to you. Okay with what you did. Okay with anything. It could have been very well. I could have very well died, Orca. Or what's worse, I've been injured past the point of medical aid. I was beside myself with worry about you. I thought you might have been killed, and then it turned out to be a complete waste of my time. In fact, it turned out to be even worse than that. My time has not even wasted, but has been fucked over completely. Because how am I supposed to even complete my objective now that my visor is... The visor is... The next word sticks in your chute. An old wound flares in pain. Gone. Oh, well, motherfuck. You topple haphazardly down the chair, dizzy, deflated, and nauseous. Your think pen feels like it's going to split in two. Orca is looking at you in shock,
her helmet screen blanket featureless. Neither of you move for a while.
Cecily.
And then she very slowly brings her arms up and takes the helmet off.
I'm not okay with it. Not with what I did, not with what happened to me, not with what happened to you. Like, obviously, I'm not okay with any of those things. And on some level, I know that no matter how hard I try, I'm never going to be okay with it. But at the same time, I just kind of have to be okay with it. If that makes sense. Like, on some level, I just need to be okay with it, no matter what I actually think. Just so that I can be okay with myself. And keep on living.
She sighs, long and deep.
Some things can't be forgiven, no matter how much you apologize. And no matter how much you want to forgive someone else, even though you know it's the right thing to do. Maybe it's stupid to keep on hoping that I can build something that will make up for what happened. And even more dangerous than stupid, I guess. But Ron and me, that's the kind of people we are, I think. We can't stop trying, because otherwise we'd be okay with it. But the wrong kind of okay. I'm sorry, Cecily. I'm sorry that you got tied up in it. All those sweeps ago, and right now. Pensive.
Okay, I do want to say, it's such a weird nickname to call Necron Ron, because genuinely, like, Ron's just a real fucking person's name. And every time I think of it, I'm thinking of, like, she's dating, like, a fucking human, like, just a regular-ass dude named Ron, and not Necron, beloved.
Yeah.
She
Then again, it's better than neck. Like, fucking neck.
Oh, Necky! She lowers her eye to the floor, not meeting your gaze. You feel terrible, and not just because you're very severely battered and bruised. For one thing, losing your temper like that was simply unacceptable. You're supposed to do better. But worst of all is how Orca is apologizing for something of which, in your end, you're just as guilty of. Putting her in harm's way is some desperate attempt of atonement. Ugh. It's so familiar. It's the point where what you've done to others and what they've done to you seems to congeal into one big meaty lump of anger and sadness. One that, try as you might, you'll never know what to do with. So it just stays.
For a long time, I just sort of let this sort of fester. Literally, I mean. A lot of what you're looking at right now happened because I got hurt and just didn't care enough to tend to things until it was too late. But part of being okay with things is learning how to be okay, I think. So, that's what I've decided to do.
Yeah, there's a smile. She nods to herself, perking up a little.
I've been teaching myself first aid, Flex. It's not much at the moment, but hopefully one day I'll be able to do something useful with it, steamed. And bodies aren't really all that much different from machines, so I'm basically halfway out there already. Lol, nice.
Fear.
So, here's an idea, Glance Nuggets. How about I go get my things and we can patch you up, and I'll see about replacing your visor while I'm at it, steamed. That sound good, Cess? Surprise Noodle?
She doesn't say anything about trying to make it up to you. But you both know that's what she's trying to do. And similarly, when you incline your head in approval, It's a way of saying sorry for the outburst. You make this
Who
right.
could say no to that smile?
No one. That's a smile, an irresistible smile. Although
So true.
I do want to ask, and I don't know if this is gonna get answered, but like, are the eye scars like? Did she have those and then get the face scar, or?
I don't know. Probably like the face scar and then the scratches. I don't know.
Fair enough.
From the way that they look.
I don't know. Scarring is weird.
Yeah.
You make this strange little agreement of apology. A bargain of atonement struck between two unlikely friends. You think that's what you are. You're not really sure about these things. Orca winces flashes you a wink and hurries off to get her things. Once she's gone, you take a moment to try to collect your thoughts. You've got plenty of them, that's for sure. You just sit and stew for a while, mulling over everything. But eventually, by force of habit, your investigative instincts start to get the better of you. Something is up, and you don't know what it is, so you do what you always do when something is up. Root around in a pile of trash until something presents itself. Yo, raccoon Secily moments?
God.
You get up slowly and carefully begin poking around the room. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. So much of it that starts to blend in together into one big, massive visual noise. But there are some things that stand out amongst it all. Oh no, that's an edit too soon, isn't it? Oh Jesus, I don't even know where to begin with that one. I don't even know how I'd begin making raccoon Secily. Over on her desk, you can see the remains of some old electronic devices she probably gutted for parts in order to build one of her contraptions. Next to that is Oricka's computer, which seems to still be turned on. There's something about it which seems off, but you can't tell why. It's not that there's anything wrong with the device itself, you don't think. It's more like the simple act of looking at it makes you feel a little bit strange. But the realistic Secily head over a tanuki would probably be my method, then turn the fur red and green. Fear? Oh god. World's most fucked up tanuki.
Odd.
If you describe it, then you'd say it reminds you of what it is that you like about... If you had to describe it, then you'd say it reminds you of what it's like when you're about to gather some insight increment. Like the more you're about to, like, you're looking at something investigatively important. This is pretty well thought, though, you think to yourself. You mean, sure, it came in handy, but it's not like an investigated progress meter really meant anything, right? Even so, there's something about being able to rely on it that makes you feel a bit sad. You might even say, depressed. That's one of the stages Mishri told you about sweeps ago. In any case, since you don't have your visor, you'll just have to make do without the meter from now on. No point in dwelling on it. You probably feel weird and sad because you're concussed or something. Ditto for feeling about this computer. Probably all in your head. And yet, the longer you're in the room with it, the more certain you are to look at it. The screen is calling to you. Well, there is an investigation going on here, and you're the chief regulator. You're quite sure there's no significant ethical boundary being crossed here. The judgment that something could be impairing your judgment in this matter is absurd. Or, well, maybe it's not absurd, but what the hell? You're going with the feeling.
Okay, Secily.
Okay, Secily. Get a closer look. On the screen is a chat log of some kind. Looks like Orca was talking to someone recently. You wonder who? The log begins about half a sweep ago, so you start reading it from there.
So, I'm going to read both of these characters for reasons.
Okay.
Obnoxious Antidote, OA, began discoursing with Aeneas Alloyd, AA. Hello there. Hi. How are you? I'm okay, I guess. Just working on a personal project at the moment. I'm glad to hear it. Personal projects are wonderful, aren't they? There's nothing like dedicating your time to something you really believe in, and then seeing the effects of your handiwork. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Not to be rude away, but do I know you from somewhere? Of course, you're right to be suspicious. I could just be about anyone sliding to DMs, couldn't I? Let's just say I'm an admirer of yours. I recognize you in the anti-corporate antiquarian blogger server. Oh, I love meeting new people in ACAB. Hi there.
Good. Oh my fucking god.
But an admirer? I don't know what I could have done to deserve one of those. Oh, come now. That's putting yourself down terribly. You seem to be rather well known in certain circles, AA. In fact, I go as far as to say you should be famous.
Nothing much out of the ordinary here, you don't think? Although... it's probably nothing. You skip ahead a few weeks, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious.
Aeneas Alloyd began discoursing with an obnoxious antidote. So, what you were talking about in the server earlier? That was pretty nuts, Salmeo. Do you really think so? I thought it was perfectly reasonable. I mean, sure, we all agree that corporate is pretty bad news away, but that's some really serious stuff to just come out and say. If anyone did that, then lots of innocent people would get hurt. And your point is? I would have thought that you, of all people, would understand where I'm coming from, AA. And besides, you agree with me, right? That there's something wrong with our world. Something festering underneath its surface. There's nothing wrong with wanting to cleanse what's been infected. Maybe you should try it sometime.
Oh my god.
Wait, what? This doesn't look harmless at all. You skip ahead to more horrible feeling settling into your acid tubes.
Stomach.
Okay, yeah, now we know.
Acid tubes of stomach. Okay, got it.
You reach a point where Orca drops her quirk entirely. That definitely can't be good.
Aeneas Alloyd began discoursing with obnoxious antidote. We need to talk. To what do I owe the pleasure? Oh, quit it with the fake polite stick away. I know that's all a fat lie. Just like your typing color, your quirk, and everything else about you. I should have realized who you were the moment I saw your handle. I haven't the foggiest idea what you mean. Have I done something wrong? I think you know that I'm far from the only one of us who's made mistakes. Listen, you bastard. We've all done some crazy shit in the past, but the stunt you just tried to pull with TR was so fucked up! Not to mention CC, RC, and GW. And those were just the ones we know about. You need to leave and never come near any of us, ever again. Oh, Orca. This kind of behavior is really unbecoming of someone from your caste. Okay, how the fuck do you know my name? Oh, I know lots of things about you, Orca. Like I said, you should be famous. And if I were you, I'd spend a lot less time looking out for people who are beneath you, and more time worrying about yourself. There are people who want to do very, very nasty things to you, Orca.
Hate, 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 hate.
Low-bloods who'd love to finish what they started. I know what you must think of them. I understand. They're disgusting, aren't they? I don't. I'm not above anyone. They're not disgusting. And stop calling them Lobos. You know this caste bullshit doesn't mean anything anymore. Doesn't it? I wonder if you believe that. I know they certainly don't. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Soon you'll be able to put that high and mighty attitude to the test. Maybe you feel a little differently when your visitor arrives. My visitor? You sent someone here? I wouldn't call it that. I might have let slip that I knew where you were, and I know that they're very, very keen on coming to see you. Any minute now, you should get a proximity alert from one of your drones. Fuck, fuck, fuck. There we go. Oh, hey, what did you do? It's alright. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure your defense system is more than capable of handling them. You installed it after all, and very expertly. What's the harm in letting it do its job? You won't have to worry about it when you're scraping their ashes off the floor. I have to go. Don't ever contact me again, you monster! Ania's alloy has blocked obnoxious antidote.
That last message was sent within the last hour. This happened just before you arrived.
I love that you finally realized who exactly this person was. In the middle of me reading.
I mean, I mean, it's very clear that this is green text on the one taunting Secily this entire time,
Yes.
but like,
Yes.
still don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
All at once, at the center of your very concussed think pan, several ideas all come together and lock into place. You know this person, or rather, you know their voice, and now you know that they're more than just trying to mess with you. Someone wants you dead very, very badly. There's nothing new about it, of course. People want you dead all the time, and you're always happy to disappoint them. But nobody's ever gone about it like this before. This is new. Your internal monologue is interrupted by the sound of Oricka returning. You move swiftly away from the computer and sit back in your chair. You'll have to ruminate more about this later.
Okay, so I have good news and better news, Glance Nuggets. I'd ask which you want to hear first, but honestly, the concussion is probably hella impairing your judgment right now, Pensive Fist.
Hell.
The good news is that I found my medical supplies and Dr. Rourke is now in the building.
Oh.
Wink, click.
Oh god, hearing Dr. Rourke is making me think of my old D&D character.
Oh my god.
Which is Dr.
yeah.
Rourke, which is fucking ROSCR. And it's, yeah, that's, and they were a water genasi. Oh my fucking god, what
Oh
the
my
shit?
God.
What the fuck? Hello?
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
I love him. Like, I know nothing about him, but I love him.
I miss Dr. Rourke every day of my fucking life. He was an unhinged fucking doctor, and I loved everything about him.
Please tell me about him.
We can talk more about this when we're finished. Oh my god. She carries a small mailbox.
A small mailbox. How else does she get her mail?
She carries a small box over to where you are and opens it. You can't see what's inside, but she takes something out of the box and fiddles with it for a moment. Oh god, she just approaches.
She lunges at you.
Oh god, POV, you are being lunged at. Then she reaches up into your think pan carefully. Her tongue is stuck out, brow furrowed in concentration. You feel a bit
You feel a faint bit of pressure, and then she pulls back to admire her handiwork. Orca.
Surprise noodle.
Is that a band-aid you just put on me? She beams at you.
And I bet it feels much better now, huh? Kiss.
Oh my god. You don't have to tell her. You don't have the blood pressure to tell her. Not after everything that's happened tonight. Thank you, Orca. You're going to need to see Mishri and a stiff drink after this. Maybe both at once. Especially if this is any indication of what the better news is going to be like. You get the nasty feeling it's going to be more something to do with Orca's other, more mechanical area of expertise. Oh boy. Orca goes back to the fetch modus. Not fetch mode. Nope.
Orca goes to the fetch modus.
Good for her.
I call my storage garage my fetch modus.
That's pretty fucking good.
I'm so glad.
Oh my god. Orca goes back to fetch something and returns with it cupped in both hands.
Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna need your help, Glance Nuggets.
She holds her hands out towards you and then shows you what she's carrying. I do want to say her modus is probably something where she has to describe it only using emojis.
Oh my god, fucking like charades.
Yes, holy shit, that'd be so funny. Cup between her palms is... You're not sure what it is? I mean, at least not at first. It's made of some pure white metal and appears to have legs. Oh god, she just brought out a turret. Damn, Secily dies.
Target acquired.
I still have a fucking talking turret plush. I don't know if he's...
Oh my god.
I don't know if he's still alive. I think his batteries are dead, but like I've had him for a decade.
Aww.
He's currently wearing my fucking Jester's hat.
Oh my god.
God.
I need a picture of that.
I will send you a picture after this.
Please.
You look at it hard for a moment. Your brain slowly recognizing the shape more and more. The wings, the beak, the feathers that almost look like scales. It's a hummingbird moth?
That's the one. Nice.
You haven't seen one of these since your Lucis died.
She's pretty cool, right, Steamed? All I had to do was modify one of the drones I have roaming out in trash tunes. Flex. They help me scout for parts out there, so I don't have to spend so much time digging through mountains of useless garbage to find anything good. I roll. And they also let me know if anyone's nearby, just in case, well, you know, pensive. Anyway, I just tinkered with this one a bit, and now she's yours, Kiss. You okay, Secily? Cold sweat?
Yes, It's just the smell in here. It makes my glance nuggets perspire, that's all. I'm fine. She's beautiful.
I know, right? Steamed.
She tips the hummingbird moth drone into your waiting hands, looking very pleased with herself. You stare down at it for a while in silence. Then she seems to remember something.
Oh, right. I should probably tell you how to turn it on, LMAO. Yikes. I know technology is something you have a bit of a hard time with, Ceci, so I made it real simple just for you, innocent.
I know technology is something you have a bit of hard time with, Sussy, so I made something...
Sussy? Sussy baka.
Sussy Iopara. Jesus. I appreciate it so very much.
LMAO, that's the scathing Cecily wit I know and love. Wink lick. My treatment is working already, Flex. Okay, so, to activate her, all you gotta do is press this part here and say something, Glenn's Nuggets. Then, she'll imprint on your voice, and that's all there is to it. Nice.
I see. That does sound very simple, but what to say? You're Secily Ayapara, and you don't say things without due consideration. Your word is calculated, every utterance straight and to the point. Like your very straight, very pointed blade. You might have a very straight, very pointed blade, but you are in fact not straight at all.
Her blade's not straight in the in the traditional sense.
Gay, that blade that makes you gay.
Gay sword.
Gay sword.
If you're going to activate this thing, it has to be with something good. You close your eyes, cast your mind back over the events of tonight, and then back even further. Weeks, blinks, sweeps, until memory from a lifetime ago catches your attention. You were sitting in a temp office, one of many you visited in those days. Some faceless person was trying to walk through the pain with nothing but a handful of words. You choose one, like you're picking cards of a magic trick, and then you walk back the long sweeps with it, feeling its weight grow with the time. You know what to say. It's a word that you've never gotten quite the hang of. It's not your nature, most likely, but it'll do for now. Acceptance.
Oh my fucking god. My
Yeah.
heart. What the fuck?
Really good ending.
Best ending. Alright.
Oh boy.
Personal horoscopes.
Yes.
And then
And her Orca's little card.
and Orca's little card. That's so good. Oh, absolutely. Very good set of routes.
Yeah.
I feel nothing but joy in my blood pusher.
And you love Heather characters.
Heather characters be good, and also Vast Error characters be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Alright, shut up, tier maker. Fuck off. Alright, tier list Orcas and my S tier. Yeah, that's completely fucking fair, actually, because we're gonna move over now. And yeah, Orca actually does just straight up go into S tier, like bada bing, bada fucking boom.
Bing bada boom.
Below right pipe, but above husk. Like, I think that's a good middle. I do love Orca very much.
And
Where-
Dari.
Where the fuck is okay, I see Andari. That took me a second. Andari goes in great. I wish there was a little bit more with Andari, because like Andari just. I wish there was like something big with Andari, but Andari's pretty good. I enjoy seeing them.
You will see more of him down the line.
Oh, good. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, goes above Vicus.
Yes. Vilcus.
Vilcus.
My beloved, where are you? I miss you.
Maybe he will return. Maybe someday he will return from the war.
Maybe someday.
God. Alright. That will do it for us tonight. Thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate it. Any final words?
Snowbound Blood, really good. Please read.
Please read.
Please read, and also maybe donate if you want.
Subscribe to the Vast Error Patreon. Which, like, join patrons like me.
Whoa, you're a Vasir patron?
Yes, I actually am a patron.
Yo, nice.
I do pay the $3.22 every
Hell
month.
yes. You get to see the arties.
I do get to see the arties. For me, this is not a request. Do read it. Puts a gun to your head. You will read Vast Error.
Me every day of my fucking life.
Do it. Do it now.
Now. But yeah, love this volume. I am really excited for volume 5.
Because
oh boy.
it's got your boy.
It's got my boy, and also, well, volume 5 is pretty long, and emotions, just so many emotions.
Yo, those Eid motions.
Yes, exactly.
Fucked up. Damn, I didn't think that we'd be having them. Did you know? No more emotions.
No more emotions.
No more feelings.
No more feelings, only think.
No more pathos. Only logos. Logos binted.
Logos binted.
Logos
binted.
Hey, did you get those? How'd you get those photos binted? Logos binted? Huh?
Huh?
God. Oh, why would you? Okay, I finished volume 4 and you curse me. Fucked up and evil, actually.
So fucked up.
All right. Thank you as always, Neptune, for joining us.
Of course, I am always happy to read some Snowbound blood with you.
I appreciate it. I give you kitty kiss.
Yo.
What the fuck? It's not dead. It's not done yet. Probably won't be until next stream. In which you'll get the name for it. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, yep. I'll be back next week. Next week's streams are kind of... I will stream next week, but I do want to say they are up in the air for reasons I'm not going to disclose right now, but it's not a bad thing. It's just like there are potentially things that I need to be doing next week that I will not get the time to do for stream.
That is fair.
Yes. But there is one stream I really, really kind of want to do next week, and it's a big one. It's kind of a big. It's what I'd consider the next like really kind of wacky stream.
Nice.
Yes. So follow me on Twitter.com.
Yeah.
I'll keep everyone updated. All right. Until then, have a great evening. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Change the world. My final message. Good